Hey guys, holy smokes, my brain just walked off. How are you? Welcome to Hanging Out with Lori. I am glad you're here. Today we are doing inventory on my blushes. Now I'm going to post a picture of my blush collection from last year. And as you can see, it is extremely small. There are, 6 singles and then 1 cream, I think. I have used up the 1 cream that is in this photo, but this last year, my blush collection has expanded. Now, I thought I could get all of my blushes done in 1 video, but I think it's going to be broken up into 2. First, we're going to go over my singles that I have, and then the second video will be about my face palettes, and in my face palettes, we will just be talking about blush in there. So let's get going. Right, my first one, I didn't know where to put it. Is it a liquid? Is it a cream? I don't know. So I'm bringing it on as first. And that is my Flower Beauties. I need to put my glasses on. It is my Flower Beauties Blush Balm Colored Drops for cheeks. And this is in the shade Pinched. This is just a really pretty shade. It is, it is kind of cream, but it comes out kind of, you squeeze it, it comes out of a squeezy tube. So it's a little thinner product than the other creams in my collection. So that is it right there. I do like to mix it with like my cream highlighters or my liquid highlighters and dab it on my cheeks. I think it just gives a really nice healthy flush. Perfect for those no makeup days. This next one is by Tarte. It is their Beach Cheeks blush from their Sugar Rush line, and this is in the shade Ocean Girl. First of all, the compact is so cute, but the compact is extremely hard to open for my little hands. I have a little mirror in here, and that's what it looks like. And this is what I was talking about. This one here is a little thinner consistency than the ones pressed in the pan. So, this one spreads out, where this one you just it spreads out as well, but in a different way. So that is it right there. It's very pretty. It's kind of a peachy pink. Pinched is very much a nude, but that's got a peachy pink hue to it. I really enjoy the formula of this. It wears nicely. Again, I just like it. This is my Peak Metal Matte Natural Quick Drying Cream Blush, and I have zero clue where I got this. I have no idea where I picked it up. I'm trying to see if there's a shade. It just says it says A-boo, like, being scared to death. So this opens like an old school lip balm, if I can open it. But that's how it opens. So that's kind of cool. I wish I knew where I got this. This is the shade right there. It's really pretty. It's kind of a pearlized or a metallic looking blush. Holy smokes. And it's very peachy to me. Maybe even a little bit of pink, but not a lot. Now, I have not worn this. I have swatched it, but I haven't worn it. I really have no clue where I got that, but it is very shiny. I think it would be pretty, as a cream blush topper. Just a very gorgeous blush. They're Super Shock blushes from ColourPop. I think one is actually a highlighter, but I use it as a blush. This first one is called Tasty. I do believe it is considered a highlighter, but I use it as a blush. Oh, it's so creamy. I love ColourPop's Super Shock blushes. I think they're gorgeous. I love the formula of them. I love that they dry down to like a powder form. So that is Tasty. Just a really healthy, natural peach flush. And like I said, I do believe this is marketed as a highlighter, but I could be wrong. Okay, the next one is another blush. This is from the Sweet Talk line. That whole release. And this is in the shade Count Me In. On the back it says it's actually a matte, which I had never realized before. The things you learn when you do inventory. Okay, this one isn't as creamy as Tasty, but it's still very, very creamy. not as creamy as the Flower Beauty, but creamier than like that Peak one. So that is Count Me In. It is a matte blush, and to me it's a peachy pink. Very pretty. Okay, the next kind of doesn't fit into the category of singles or creams, and that is my Blush Light palettes from Wet n Wild. And I'm having a hard day with words. So those are them right there. Oh, I don't want to drop it. If you haven't seen my Get Ready With Me using the Pac-Man collection, I will have the link down below so you can, if you're interested, you can go see it. But I really fell in love with these blush lights. Look at that. I mean, perfect blush topper, but it's also a great just blush for a really, healthy glow to it. All right, we're jumping into our single compact. So this one is Wet n Wild's Baked Blush in the shade Hummingbird Hype. It's really pretty. It has a hummingbird imprinted on it. Now, for me, I have a hard time considering this as a blush because it's so light. To me, it's almost a highlighter, but it makes a great blush topper. And so I really do like it. I think it's pretty. I don't reach for it very often, but when I do, I really like it. The other one from Wet n Wild is Bare to Soar. It also has a hummingbird on it. It is this beautiful deep pink that has kind of a shift to it. So that is it. I like this. Now, when I first saw it, I'm like, there is no way that I can wear this, but I can. I have to be really light-handed with it and really blend it out, but I think it's just so pretty. Look at that. It just gives this really beautiful, frostbitten cheek look, with that pink hue. Very gorgeous. And then the last one from Wet n Wild that I have, it is Don't Flutter Yourself. Now, I do believe these are all limited editions. This one also has a hummingbird on it. This one is more of a peachy pink hue. Did I tell you guys the name? Don't Flutter Yourself. Look at that. That is just so pretty. It is just light. Not like this one here where, it's a statement cheek. This one is just really soft and beautiful. So those are the three from Wet n Wild. I do like them. I don't know how I accumulated them, but I did. This next one is the only one I have by this brand, and that is my Hourglass. This is their lighting blush in Mood Exposure. I think it came in a set with a few different Hourglass products, but that is it right there. It's like a beautiful soft mauve shade. Isn't that pretty? Can you guys even see that? I mean, it is so soft, but it is just gorgeous. I think it is beautiful. Okay, this next one is by Glamour Doll Eyes. It is a pressed blush, and it has a texture when you first touch it that feels like a cream, but it goes on like a powder. And this is in the shade Last Kiss. I had this in a weekly product pan, and I was terrified by this blush. And at the end of the month, or end of the week, I was in love. So look at that. That is it right there. It is just a stunning statement cheek. It definitely is a statement cheek. You really have to be very self-controlled with your brush on it because it can get a little intense if you're not careful, but it's so pretty. Look at that. It has just a little bit of a flip to it. So I really like Last Kiss by Glamour Doll Eyes. I think it's beautiful. Next one is by Bare Minerals. This is their Bouncin' Blur. It's their new blush, and it's in Mauve Sunrise. This was also in a weekly product pan, and I really enjoyed it. That is it right there. It is not as mauve-y as, I could have put that in the cream one, I forgot, as the Hourglass one, but it's also more intense than the Hourglass one. And I don't know if I would consider this a mauve either. Now you guys saw me, I swiped it on and I paused for a second while I thought, and now I'm having a booger blending that out. It is blending, but it is a product you have to move a little quicker with. But it's a cream to powder, so I forgot that it had that creamy texture to it, so it should have been in the other section, but I totally messed up, but I will actually put it there in the count. So that is Mauve Sunrise by Bare Minerals. Very pretty. This is my Physicians Formula Butter. It's called a Natural Glow Muru Baby Butter Blush. And, oh, I guess the shade is called Natural Glow. I don't own a lot of Physicians Formula. In fact, what I own came in a kit that I picked up with Jordan when we were at Walmart. We saw it and it was on clearance, and so I picked up the kit for both of us. That's my first experience with Physicians Formula. So that is really pretty. That is really pretty. I should dive into that more. That is gorgeous. Okay, this next one is by Seraphine Botanicals. It is their Lychee and Gold blush. I have this in a project. I've repressed it multiple times. I used to love this blush, but since it's been repressed so many times, it's lost some of its luster, in my opinion. Like, see, I really ran my finger over this blush trying to pick up product, and it's just not the same. And I don't know how it got shattered in the first place. And I was really sad because this was my favorite for a while. But it's just so pretty, just that healthy glow look. Another one that I picked up, that's an indie brand. It's Bang Beauty's Spiced Peach Blush. I really liked this. This was also another favorite of mine last year. It's just so stunning, you know, when you're looking for more of a peachy brown look. This is definitely a good one for that. Can you see kind of that flip there? I actually have two of these because I received them from Ipsy. Love it. I don't know if I'll ever get through this one because I have so much blush now, but you know, I haven't even made a dip on this. And I wore it a lot last year in 2018 after I first got it. Another indie brand that I picked up from Ipsy is Space Case. It's called It's Not Me, It's My Sign. Blame it on the sign. Always blame it on the sign. Now this has kind of a cream feel to it, but it is definitely not a cream. Not in my mind anyways. It's not. Oh, a pan just came out. Well, okay then. So I won't tip it over. I'll put that lid back on. Yeah, it says it's a blush, a powder, P-O-U-D-R-E. So it definitely is a powder blush, even though it has a cream feel. Isn't that pretty though? This is kind of that, you know, pinky mauve look that I just think is so stunning. Almost the shade of my lipstick. Another indie brand is Note, and this is in the shade Desert Rose. I got this one again through Ipsy. Like, I get a lot of these. I no longer get Ipsy, so I am not as fortunate to get these brands that I would not usually get. Okay. Now last year when I first got this, I really liked it. You do have to be very light-handed with it, unless you really like a striking blush. But like, I did a really hard swipe on the pan, and look at that, how it blends out beautifully, but it definitely has its pigmentation, so it's very pretty. Okay, this one is in a project at the moment, and this is Becca's Camellia blush. It's just this beautiful pink. I mean, look at that. Isn't that just stunning? And yet, I always forget to wear this. I just think it is a beautiful blush But when I'm reaching for blushes, this is not what crosses my mind. So that is Becca's Camellia, just beautiful. Okay, then we have the Body Shop's Marshmallow, and I purchased this because I had heard really good things about their blushes, and this looked darker on their website than it does. It's very much a light baby pink, has maybe a little bit of a purple pull to it, so, but it is definitely a cool tone pink. Very pretty though. Can you guys even see that? It can be built up, but it never becomes a striking blush. It's just always a soft, subtle blush. Perfect for probably fair-skinned. On me, it kind of gets lost, but I think on fair-skinned this would be really pretty. Okay, the next one is Clinique's Cheek Pop, and this is in the shade number 10, Thick Pop. I believe I was gifted this from a friend, I cannot remember, or I got it as an extra from an order off of Poshmark. That could have been it, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's it. I have not worn this, not once. Now, mind you, I have only had it a couple of months, but still, I could have at least worn it when I first got it. It's beautiful though, look at that. That is gorgeous. Do any of you own Clinique Cheek Pops? What do you think about them if you do? I need to grab this. This is kind of pretty. The next one is from The Balm. It is just a mini of their Hot Mama. I do know I got this as an extra with a Poshmark order. That I do know. That is it right there. Isn't that just a pretty shade? I did wear it like the day I got it. I tried it out and I really liked it, but I have not reached for it since. This one probably should have went in the peach category, the cream category as well, because it's a cream to powder blush. It's the Too Faced Peach My Cheeks blush in So Peachy. This is currently in a project, and I have fallen in love with this blush. Now it is one. It feels a little dry. That's not good. It's a lot pinker than I thought it would be from the name, you know, being so peachy. I thought it would be more peach. I mean, there is peach properties to it, but it definitely has more pink in it than peach, but it is a peachy pink. I would agree with that. So that is it. Now I have built it up so you could see it, but it's just a beautiful formula. I love the formula. If I had more of these, I'd be in heaven. Now the next two are by Tarte. I have a mini Tarte and I have a big Tarte. And the first Tarte is my mini one, and this is in the shade Exposed. It had its little hoo-ha in there. So that is what Exposed looks like. You know, just a nude blush. I have no idea where I got this. I don't even know if I've worn this. And that's sad. But that is pretty. I have worn this. I have, now that I think about it. Just a nice natural blush. Then the other Tarte blush in a single that I have is Blushing Bride. This is currently in a project. And that is what she looks like. She is a beautiful pink blush that does not want to swatch, I see. She also feels like she's about to fall out of the pan. Okay, that's her right there. My fingers are stained. I really rubbed my finger on there to try and get enough for you guys to see it. So it can be built up. It is a beautiful kind of a rosy pink when you put it on your cheeks. Now I will say when you use a brush, it actually picks up a lot easier. So the swatch doesn't do it justice. I will be honest with you there. Next one is by Cheekers by CoverGirl. It is their Cheekers formula, and this one is in Cinnamon Toast. I actually use this as a bronzer. It is this beautiful brown shade. However, I have used it as a blush a few times when I just needed a very natural, neutral blush. I have just built it up when I was using it as a bronzer and just built it up into a, my blush. Okay, how come you are not swatching? Come on. I know you have pigmentation because I have to blend you out quite a bit. Okay, there is Cinnamon Toast. Very pretty. Like I said, I use Cinnamon Toast as my bronzer, but have used it as a blush, and I really like it. And it was a gift from my friend Tara. This next one is by L'Oreal. It's their True Match blush, and it is in the shade N3-4 Innocent Flush. It's a beautiful kind of a peachy pink. I did pick this up off of Poshmark. I got it with a drugstore makeup bundle. I do like it. Look at how pretty that is. It's just this light, shimmery, peachy shade. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? The next one I have is my Flower Beauty flower pot, and this is in Peach Primrose. This is one of my OGs from last year. I don't have a lot of them, but this is one of them. And at the time I said, oh, this is broken. Oh no. It just fell apart. Oh. Well, anyways, last year when I did this, I said I was wearing off the flower on this because I was using it so much. And then I got more blush, and the flower is still there. It's about as worn off as it was when I did my blush inventory last year. But isn't that just stunning? That is why I reached for it so much last year, because it is just so pretty. The next one is Milani's powder blush in Tea Rose. It's one of the ones that has a beautiful flower on there. This was a gift from a friend in a swap box swap. That is it. Can you see it? It's a beautiful pink. Very soft. It doesn't look like it would be very soft, but it really does go on soft. But it can be picked up. Next one is by Ofra. This is Bellini. I know I've swatched it a few times, but I'm not sure I've worn it. I have worn it once. That is it right there. Isn't it pretty? A very soft peachy pink. Then I have my Kat Von D blush in Mickey and Mallory. And it's a dual-sided blush. And it is just a very pretty blush. I had this in a project. I think this is Mickey and then this is Mallory. I do like to... I can't remember what finger had what. I do like to wear these actually mixed together. I think it's a prettier blush mixed together. I mean, Mallory's not even coming across on my skin. But I like to wear them mixed. I just think it's a really beautiful shade when they are mixed together. So I just swirl my brush around when I wear that, but it is a very pretty blush, and I'm not sure where I got that, to be honest with you. Now this next one was a bummer. I ordered it off of Poshmark, and when I got it, it was literally just destroyed. But I repressed it. It's one of Dior's, it's a Dior Skin Powder Shimmer, or Shimmer Powder, so it went from light to dark. I knew I could repress it, so I just kept it, but I didn't repress it until after I moved here. And now that I've repressed it, yes, it's messy because I repressed it, I just think it is a beautiful, beautiful shade. And I have worn this a couple of times since pressing it, and I am so glad I did not, return it, file an issue with the product, and just kept it and repressed it, because I just think it is absolutely stunning. I think it beautiful as a blush, beautiful as a blush topper. I think it would make a beautiful, beautiful highlight. I put it in the blush category though, just because that's where I use it the most, or have used it the most in the few times I have used it. But just pretty. But man, was I devastated when I opened up the box and saw powder everywhere. The first one is a baked gelato blush in papaya. I was so happy to get this. I was gifted this by my friend Tracy. I had looked everywhere for this at TJ Maxx because I wanted it, and I knew that people were finding it, but I was not having any luck, and she had found it, and I still think she gifted me the one she bought herself. She denies it, but that's what I think. Okay, I went in a little heavy-handed, obviously, on a little wet skin, so it's not blending out so well, but that's okay. You guys get the gist of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful peach blush, true peach blush. To me, it definitely looks like papaya pulp. I will never say different. If that is not papaya pulp, I don't know what is. This next one is also by Laura Geller. All the rest of these are by Laura Geller. This is the Filtered Blush Baked Cheek Color in Illuminating Rose. I believe I got this from Ulta. It's just this beautiful mosaic. And I just swirl my brush around to pick up all the different colors on here. And look at that. Isn't that not the prettiest? I mean, it's so soft and subtle, but it's so pretty. And like you can see, it can be built up. Very pretty. This next one, I actually have 6 of this small blush because they were a gift with purchase, and so I have 6 of these. I need to pass them along because I do not need 6 of her Tropic Hues. This is a beautiful shade. I had it once before. I think I got it through BoxyCharm, and my friend, I let her pick some makeup because she needed some makeup, and she picked this, and that was okay because I had put it in there for, if she wanted to pick it. So I was really happy to get this shade back as, even in a deluxe size, which you guys see my blush collection. I don't need anything bigger than a deluxe size, but it's such a gorgeous shade. And she has a darker skin tone than I do, and this looks absolutely stunning on her. This next one, I'm hoping it's not broken. It is there's a little bit of broken pieces. This is a Blush and Brighten in Sun Swept. Brighten. That is it. There's some loose pieces there, so I want to be careful. This is just a beautiful natural shade. And I could probably even use this as a bronzer. This was gifted to me by a friend who did not like the shade, so I was happy to take it. I mean, look at that. That is pretty. I don't know if I've worn this as a blush. I have swatched it, but I don't know if I've worn it. But I think that would make a stunning bronzer. This next one, the rest of them are all full size. This is actually a baked bronze and brighten in medium. This is one of the first items I ever got from Laura Geller. It looks like this. It looks like Neapolitan ice cream. I had to think of the word for a second. But I like it more as a blush than I do a bronzer. I just think it's more suited to me as a blush, just a natural looking blush. Compared to Sunswept, how much lighter this is. Can you see that? I just think it's pretty. This next one is Peach Delight. This is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Stunning. Well, did you guys hear that? Someone's yelling outside. So that's Peach Delight. It is, look at that. It goes on really strong, but you blend it out and it's just a flush of color. Just pretty. Just pretty. Then we have Honeysuckle. I should show you. That is Honeysuckle right there. I'm trying to get all of these on with this one arm since we're almost done. Isn't that pretty? It is just like a suntan glow to it. Just gorgeous. not what, from the name Honeysuckle, I would have never guessed that would have been the shade that it came out to be. But it's so pretty. So this is Pink Grapefruit. What I like about these is, since it's marbleized, you get just a little bit of depth to your blush. So that is Pink Grapefruit. I mean, from the name, I expect it to be a little bit of pinker, a little bit of pinker, a little more pink. Now you can see the pink in there, but when you swatch it on me, it looks like a, you know, a nude shade. Of course, Honeysuckle is right here, so they could have overlapped just a little bit. And then the last one is Pink Buttercream, which makes me yearn for buttercream frosting. Little fun factoid, I took, cake decorating classes from this lady who was super talented. She was an older lady, and her buttercream frosting recipe, oh, yes, very good. Okay, so that is Pink Buttercream. Just beautiful. Now look, they all have somewhat of a sheen to them. None of them are overly matte. That papaya is driving me bonkers because it's such a pretty, but I did it on wet skin, so. But they are just all super duper stunning and different. Yet some are close to the same, but they're still different. But there's a sheen to her blushes that are just absolutely beautiful. That is all I have for my single compacts. Next will be my single pans of blush. That is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this blush inventory. Let me know down in the comments below if you like me swatching or not. Your feedback is important to me. I will have the number down here because I do not know it off the top of my, just looking at this massive pile in front of me, I do not know what the numbers are. So I will have the numbers right here compared to last year's numbers so you can see how much blush I have amassed in a year. Every single category in this year's inventory will have gone up. That is just the reality of how my year went. And so I know next year will be different, but for this year, this is where I am at. So with that, I will sign off for this part of my blush inventory. And so you guys, thanks so much. Please take good care of yourself. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.